I'm Mitch McCoy. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Information for the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. Chief Robert Tracy is going to provide an update on our shots fired incident that occurred at 17th and Chestnut tonight. All the information that we're going to share is preliminary and could change as the investigation unfolds. This will be our only update tonight on this. While our detectives are still trying to piece everything together, we'll work on providing you guys a more detailed update at some point tomorrow, okay? Chief Tracy.
Thank you, Mitch. And with me is Lieutenant Colonel Renee Kreisman, head of our operations. So, as you know, tonight, around 6:30 p.m., right behind me here on the 1700 block of 17th and Chestnut, we had a shooting incident. It was part of it caught on security cameras, two people shooting at each other. Our officers arrived within minutes and were able to take into custody two individuals, a 20-year-old and a 19-year-old, and recovering one firearm. We have them, we're speaking with those two suspects, and then later on we just found out about 25 to 30 minutes ago, another person showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg. That individual is saying that it's from this incident down here, so we don't know if this person's a victim or a suspect at this time. Our detectives are doing the investigation, doing a canvass. We're continually getting security, canvas, witnesses. We're putting that all together, and when we get more information, we'll be putting that out. So just wanted to make sure that you know exactly what's going on, when it happened. Two people in custody right now, possibly a third who says they're a victim, might be also a suspect, but we're piecing it all together, and then I'll open it up to any questions.
Chief, this had a big disruption to a match that was happening. Can you address any fears they may have had, because I think the match was evacuated as a result?
Yeah, correct. You know, we're about 2.5 blocks west of St. Louis City Soccer, and there was a match that was going on. They have security protocols in place that to keep the safety of the fans. You got to see that where we are right now is a few blocks away. Certainly, they are on the side of caution when something happens. We're immediately in contact with them. We have a great relationship with their security, and some of our St. Louis Metropolitan Police officers also work security there. So we were in communication. They followed their protocols and are on the side of the caution. We were able to take a couple of people in custody. This incident happened behind me, and that's exactly where the incident happened, but erring on the side of safety, St. Louis City evacuated, and they're going to be making a statement on where they're going to continue the match or not. I will let them speak to that.
Chief, my understanding is that the suspects were arrested down by the stadium, and that ballistic evidence was recovered down there by the stadium. Is that correct?
Well, right now we're still going through. We're looking at all ballistic information. The suspects did go down that location. Witnesses were able to make the arrest just on on Olive Street near our police headquarters, because that's the route that the individuals that were involved in this incident took. So we're able to take them in custody. Ballistic information, I got to let my evidence technicians take a look at it. The detectives have to look at it. So right now, as we go through that, more information will come out on that.
Chief, was there a shelter-in-place issued at the stadium?
Well, what they do is they make sure that they secure everybody inside, so they believe that the incident has been resolved or concluded, and then communicating with us in the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. When we communicate, they shelter in place until that time. I'll let them talk about their protocols in place, which are very good, to make sure everybody's safe.
How many people were hurt, and what are the extent of the injuries?
Well, we have two suspects in custody right now, one firearm recovered, and then we have an individual that just showed up at the hospital. So right now, that individual is saying it did occur from this incident, so that person has a gunshot wound to the leg, and right now he's being treated for that, and our detectives are speaking with them currently.
Chief, do you have anything to say about, there were multiple shootings overnight into today, and now this one. What do you have to say to the public with all of this occurring and large gatherings happening downtown? Anything you want to say to the public about these incidents happening?
Well, when you see incidents like this, let's hold the people that are doing this accountable. You're seeing some incidents that happened at establishments serving alcohol late at night. You're looking at individuals that have poor conflict resolution skills, and they have poor conflict resolution skills, and therefore they have firearms, which is a bad match. And certainly let's hold them accountable, and when we do make the arrest, let's make sure that they're not going to go out and do that again. For the public, we had such great events going on. We're going to have a great event next week, and we have we have our officers out to keep everyone safe. And then sometimes these incidents can take away from that. But if you talk to a good amount of people, and you talk about people, what's happening at the Grove, what happened today at Pride Parade, what happened in the events yesterday downtown, what's going to happen on the 250. We will have officers out here. We will make sure to keep everyone safe. And you can see that this incident wasn't part of it, but neither were the incidents that you talked about, the shootings. They were not part of these overall activities, and they're not related. They're not related to each other. So once again, as I review these cases and I review some of these shootings, these are people that are known to each other. These are people that have poor conflict resolution skills. These are people that are around alcohol or other narcotics. And when they do get into dispute, they settle them with firearms, which is not a good place to be.
Just in closing, guys, the Chiefs, we're going to do another update, but two things. Of course, we always talk about we can't solve crime alone. So if anybody has any photos or videos, please call Crime Stoppers or call our District 4 detectives. And then in closing, the one thing that we want to add is that the 20-year-old suspect that was taken into custody is on an ankle monitor. So we're going to be taking a very close look at that and the next steps to figuring out maybe if he's on the streets and he shouldn't be. And we're going to be in touch with the courts on that. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.